All right, everybody, welcome in. It's halftime, the national championship game, Ohio State, Alabama. College Football Hall of Famer Keith Byars, Justin Kinner with you here. Just touching base here at the half. And again, we were excited about this matchup. We were excited about this game, and there's still a lot of football left. But right now, Alabama just getting every play down the field, Keith. They are having their way with this Buckeye defense right now. I know it's frustrating for you, just some of your takeaways from the first half, and what can Ohio State do differently? What adjustments should they be making at this half?
Well, they're going to have to gamble the second half. That's what they didn't want to do, but they're going to have to. Uh, Alabama is killing us on first down. They're averaging at least 8 to 9 yards a play on first down, and so we're not getting them behind the sticks. We have to make them work harder, and they're only stopped themselves with the fumble and then the end of the half. But other than that, they're scoring and they're scoring touchdowns. Our red zone defense is terrible. Third down defense a few times we have been terrible. And we have got to make some adjustments. Kerry Combs, you cannot play a 4-4 defense against these guys. You're going to have to just trust your guys. You got to put more DBs on the field. I know you don't want to because, Najee Harris is a problem, to deal with. But you cannot let the Heisman Trophy winner, catch 12 balls, 200 yards in the first half. The way he's going to catch easily over 20 balls, over 300 yards if we don't do anything differently. So it's up to Kerry Combs to do something. Him and Ryan Day have to make adjustments.
What your expectations coming into this game for the way Ohio State? I mean, with the way Ohio State has looked this first half versus what your expectations were, what are they not doing that you thought they were going to do more of in regards to not just on the offensive side but the defensive side too?
Well, defensively, I thought they would try to disguise the coverage and never ever lead a Heisman Trophy winner single coverage. Just never. He's always got a double. They're not on that. One thing we didn't anticipate, we had our fingers crossed that we would have a full roster. You're missing 2 defensive linemen, started Togiai and Tyreek Smith. We're not getting any pressure on the quarterback. Those are huge losses. Thank God it's not going. Hopefully the game don't come down to a field goal to put that much pressure on your third string kicker. Those are some, as far as special teams and defense. And offense, we're pressing right now. Justin is a little rattled. He's trying to be perfect. Because he knows every time that they don't score, he's going down. He's pressing. He's got to let the game come to him. He's got to relax, trust his teammates, and put the pressure, try to pressure Alabama a little bit. They're too comfortable. The first 6 minutes of the third quarter is going to tell the tale of if we're going to have a chance in the second half. So the defense have got to go get a 3-and-out like Alabama did. They started the game against us. They went us 3-and-out. We have got to get a 3-and-out and get off the field and give Justin Fields and our offense an opportunity to get back in the game early in the third quarter.
Trey Sermon goes out. Look, we talked about the depth that Ohio State has at running back. We've talked all year how great this team has been at running the football, and it just hasn't looked as sexy as in years past. Master Teague's been the primary back for the majority of the season. Trey Sermon takes over the last few games and is averaging over 200 yards a game. He goes out first couple plays of the game. Master Teague comes in. He has 2 of their touchdowns. Obviously, the run game's working for him. Between the 20s, Ohio State moving the ball comfortably, but right now in the red zone, what is Ohio State going to have to focus? Do you run the ball more? What are you going to have to do to get that offense more comfortable, do you think?
I like our plan. We just can't. We're behind the chains too much. With holding calls and things of that nature. But once we get decent field position, the offense is fine. There's no reason to panic. Just let it go. You saw number 24. If he's a freshman running back, Crowley got in after Trey Sermon got out, so he's the third back. Look for him to make a play because I am high on him in the future. One of Ohio State tailbacks. He's recovering from a knee surgery, so this is his first action of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a play similar to Mayan Williams, who's also out for on COVID. He didn't even make the trip. So we're under short-staffed, undermanned, and we're just going to have to fight our best to get back in it early in this third quarter. Otherwise the fourth quarter is just going to be a coronation.
I saw Von Brodnax is at the game, and I know you always say you always have a group of Buckeyes you're always texting with and talking with during the game. Who are some of those guys for today's game, and what's that conversation like?
Well, I've been texting Von Brodnax in the stands. I've been talking to Mike Doss, John Woolrich, Pepper Johnson. We're all, even former Big Ten players, Mike Williams. David Williams from University of Illinois. He's a Hall of Fame wide receiver. He's been texting me, so my Twitter universe my text message has been getting a lot of work in this first half.
All right, Keith. Again, the second half, I'm sure, is about to get underway here any moment. 35-17 the half. College Football Hall of Famer Keith Byars, Justin Kinner checking in with everybody at the half. How we feeling? Again, going to the Facebook feed real quick. John Gum on Facebook says 2 stops. We're back in it. The problem is, the struggles on offense have been one thing, but defensively, you talked about some of the adjustments they're going to have to make defensively. 2 stops, we're back in it. That sounds simple, but with what we saw in that first half, I mean, Alabama's moving the ball at will.
Well, I agree with John. That's a plan. You got to have a plan. So we have to stop them, but John has to also say we got to stop them and we got to punish them. We have got to make them pay when we do get a 3 and out. If we get one, but we need one right away. One thing about Master T, that was a nice run he had in the first half. Punish the defender. Punish him in the secondary. Let them feel that 230 pounds. Punish him. He got to finish off those runs. So Master T got to break a few more tackles, and we just need a spark. And the spark is going to have to come from within the locker room. I didn't like the look of the faces when the players walked off the field, but that's Ryan Day's job to get them guys up, get them hyped up, and it comes from within. We're not in Ohio Stadium. We don't, we don't have our 12th man of Buckeye Nation that can hear us, but they have to feel us. We got to send positive vibes. And I've always looked at games like this. The score, we was up 35-17. We're like, hey, that ain't over. Score 0-0. We got to go out there and play another complete half. This time, hey, we're down 17 points, 18 points. It's not over. They scored 35. We can go score 35 in the half. Let's go do it. That don't mean they're going to stop. We can, they don't have to get another 35. Let's play. Score 0-0. Let's win the second half and win it big like they won the first half, and see where we all shake out.
All right, what couple more Facebook reactions, and then we'll get back to the second half. John Zeller on Facebook, he says, when you start the game off giving 10 yards to each receiver, show up to the Natty to play conservative, just doesn't get it. Obviously, the frustration boiling over to the fan base, and rightfully so.
Yeah, when you're playing soft like that, it will be that way. We have got to get Chris Olave involved the same way that Alabama has the Heisman Trophy winner involved.
Brian Schwederman, quickly, I hope they let the defense realize that number 6 is pretty good. Alabama offense is playing chess. Kerry Combs is playing checkers right now, and you alluded to the adjustments that he's going to have to make in the second half, of course.
I'm not even sure he may play. I don't think he's in the same game where he's in his coaching circles around him. We always get on the players and what they're doing, but we're also being out-coached as well. And so if we can jump on the players, certainly we can get on the coaches. So Kerry Combs, it's time for you to earn your pay and make some great adjustments. And if the guys can't do it, but you're putting them in a position to fail. You got Tough Borland out there trying to cover the Heisman Trophy winner, making Tough Borland look bad. That's not a reflection on Tough Borland. That's a reflection on the coaching staff putting him in that position. He's going to lose 100 times out of 100 in that situation. You just cannot allow a matchup like that to happen.
All right, last one here. Nick on Facebook says, try to press and send pressure. The 2 times they got to Jones, a fumble and almost an interception, nothing to lose. And that goes back to what you said earlier, just kind of giving them too much space. They're playing very conservative. They're going to have to take chances here. That's something they didn't want to do, as you mentioned. They're going to have to take chances and be aggressive. Might work out in their favor, but we do know what they did in the first half's not working. They're going to have to do something different here because they can't repeat what they did.
No, you cannot do that. One of my keys to the game, they have got to tackle in space. You're doing it at times, but, we can't miss tackles. You have got to get him on the ground, and you got to, you always want to have rally to the ball, but you can't rally to the ball unless somebody makes contact first. So they got to tackle in space, and I agree. You have got to take chances and sit back again and repeat the same game plan for the first half. It doesn't win. You got to scrap that and go and just throw everything. What are you saving? There's nothing to save. Throw everything in the playbook at Alabama in the second half.
All right. And Daryl McKinney, the SEC commissioner, he's been waiting. Better stop this first drive. And he says, what up, fellas? So
SEC commissioner, he's 100% right. Not only the first drive, the first 2 drives. We have got to be back in this game by 6 or 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. We have got to play a little up tempo on offense when we get the ball back. But, it's going to be a shame we get the ball back 42-17. That'll be a hard decline. So hopefully we don't have to climb that hill. Let's go defense. I need at least 2 turnovers in the second half also.
Yeah, too. Real quick, because did you like the field goal when they were that close to the end zone? Did you like the
Put points on the board? Put
Okay.
points on the board. Yes,
I was watching the game with friends, and
put points on the board.
Yeah, my friend Brady, and I said, No, you got to go for it here. He said, No, you take the points, and I said, Shut up, you know nothing. He might know a thing or two, so shout out to him there.
There you go, Brady.
A Bama fan here says, "Roll Tide," not talking until the fourth quarter. As a Browns fan, I learned that last night.
Exactly. Well, I got to get on the game.
All right, Keith. Thanks for taking time. We'll talk later.
You got it.